Hi, this is Brian with King Grizzly. Got a fun video today. I finally tried out Elementor's built-in artificial intelligence. I've been kind of avoiding it. I just used the image generation feature for this tutorial, but I was kind of blown away. So everything you see here, I generated without ever leaving Elementor. So I'll show you how I did it, and we'll make an extra slide just for fun to try it out. It's pretty mind-blowing what this can do. So let's check it out. So let's take a look at the back end of what I was building with the artificial intelligence image generation. So Chris had made this really awesome tutorial about how to create this sort of parallax effect on fonts and images or slideshow content. You should definitely watch that. So I was just testing that out. I'll link to that in my description, but I I thought instead of going off to get images somewhere else or making my own, just for fun, I'd finally try the Elementor AI, which I hadn't been that excited about, but thought I'd give it a try. So I just put a container on a page, called it Hero, and then I put a carousel inside of there. Elementor has this nice new carousel where you can build custom content inside each slide. Anything you can think of, basically. You can use containers, you can use widgets, really useful. And then down below, I just threw an extra container, and I threw in his JavaScript. And all you'd need is to get his parallax effect working, basically, is that JavaScript script and just a few extra attributes on these things. You can, all this, the background image, the foreground image, it's generated from AI. I clicked on these little 3 stars here, Edit with AI. So with an existing image, it will offer to make changes to it. So I could try to resize it, replace the background, make variations, or I could generate a new image. I did it the same for the background of each slide. So why don't we duplicate a slide, and I'll show you how I did it. So I'm going to just go to the carousel. I'm going to duplicate this second slide, then I'm going to drag it to fourth. We'll rename it as slide 4. Rename it here, slide 4. Okay. Let me make sure I've got the right slide. Okay, so we're going to change the background and we're going to change the foreground. I don't really know what theme to make up. Maybe we'll make it about like a space academy or something like that. So for the slide, if we go to style, you can see I generated a background image. Let's generate a new one. We're going to try to advertise a space academy. So I don't want to edit the existing one. I'm just going to replace it. So I'm going back. And so here you can see I can choose from some pre-existing made backgrounds generated by the community, but I'm going to make my own. I want it to be a 16:9 ratio. This was interesting to me because I've tried some of the OpenAI tools and they only generate a square. So this was cool that I could do that. I can choose what kind of an image I want to generate. I can choose a style. And then I need to type some kind of a prompt. So let me try that. I'll make one up. So a futuristic space academy looks like a white citadel on a vast Martian plain, the grounds of which have glowing sidewalks and glowing foliage. The sky is an interstellar backdrop with galactic dust and galaxies. So I'm just going to type something like that. The towers are lined with glowing blue pinstripes. So I just make something up. Then I can actually improve my prompt by clicking on this enhance prompt. It will rewrite it for me. I don't know why I'm seeing a hex code right there. Aerial view of a futuristic space academy situated on the red Martian plain. I don't want it to be an aerial view, so I'm going to say frontal view. So it rewrites it, and generally it's better. I might tweak it some. Then I'm going to hit generate images. So what it's going to do is it's going to think and give me a few options. That should be 16 by 9. So we'll get a background. And then I'm excited to show you with the foreground image, like the helmet that I made, how I did that. It just kind of, this stuff is stunning. Okay, so for the demo, this is probably good enough. I don't know which one I like. That's kind of interesting. I can get a look at these. I can zoom in on them. Looks like there's an edit option. I'm not even sure what that means. Um, let's see, if I hit edit here, what will it do? Okay, so now I basically could say I like this one, but let's say I wanted to do something to it, like replace the background or create variations on it. I could choose that here. I'm pretty happy with this as is. So I think I'm not going to amend this one. But yeah, okay, so we'll just use this image. And then what we're going to do, and so you can see it's in the background. What I did is I used background overlay to create a gradient effect over the background. So if I turn that off, it was too strong. I couldn't read the text. So what maybe I'll do on this one is I'll choose sort of like a color for that left side. I'm going to up my opacity there, and I'll choose more of like a warm color because this seems maybe kind of warm. And then in the bottom right, maybe this one can be transparent or close to it, and maybe the source image can be white or something. So I can play around with these and get them to where I like them better. Maybe I kind of like these cooler space colors. I don't know. I've kind of been liking purples. Anyway, you can see that's kind of a fun trick there to play with. Maybe we'll go with the Mars type color, and then we'll move on. Okay, I can also adjust the location of these, so I could bring that gradient across more if I wanted to. Okay, so this is about our academy, Space Academy. Get smart in outer space. Okay, so what do we want to do over here? Maybe we'll do like a badge or something you could earn at this academy. So I'm going to attempt to make a photographic looking. I'm wondering if I should do 3D. We'll try 3D. We'll make it square. We're going to say an insignia for a Space Academy uniform, which appears to be made from white metal and glowing red rock minerals. The insignia is in the shape of a planet with a ring. I'm going to try to enhance that. Uh, this is set on a transparent background. What I've noticed is it won't actually be transparent, but oftentimes it'll make something on sort of like a white background, and you've got a better chance at cutting it out. So let's see what happens here. And sometimes the generations are awful, but I was kind of surprised. This is fun. I don't know if I'd use this commercially yet. I have questions about some copyright things. You can see these, in my opinion, these are weak. They're all sort of like unstable and wobbly looking. I don't know if it would matter if I changed it, like if we try photographic. Let's see what happens. So certain generations seem to be really slick, and then others not so much. I was kind of amazed though, like with the helmet, or even this, this city here that it comes up with. There are copyright questions though around like source material. I would say this is improving a bit, but it's still pretty wobbly. But we'll go ahead and live with this one. I'm gonna click edit. And if we wanted to, we could create variations on it, but I'm going to try to do is just remove the background. I don't want a background. because I want it to be floating out in front of our Space Academy. I'm going to say that's good enough. I'm going to use that image. So now we built ourselves this silly badge. So if I go and refresh the demo, watch this. Got the kind of fun parallax. And here is our new Space Academy slide. So all this generated by AI. And you can see on some of the others, like this is photorealistic, this little space bubble thing. The helmet's pretty realistic. So actually, of course, the one I try to demonstrate is probably the least cool. But the background's pretty interesting. So I don't know. Definitely fun to play with. I did go ahead and because you can get it. There's a certain amount you can do for free, but I looked at this Elementor AI and was reading about it. And if you go to buy it for $249 a month, if you pay annually, that's funny. They discounted it since I bought it last night. You can get 18,000 generation credits and history storage for 30 days. So there's actually a history of generation. So you can go back and look through images you've generated. Or you can get the one that's got like 50,000 and holds the generations for 90 days. It's quite impressive. It can also do code and like copywriting and stuff. And Elementor just announced yesterday that it can make containers for you. So I am highly curious to see that. Like potentially even you could tell it another site you like and it could mimic the structure in containers. Anyway, I thought this was pretty cool. I'm curious what kind of results other people get. Also curious what people think about the use of artificial intelligence for generating creative assets in the first place. All right, thanks.